change our pick'em predictions here at the final major. Nameless,
Meanwhile, with
This
your
is
heads.
a tough one, bro.
you're up by 3.
This is a tough one. I went with the 5th man yesterday,
Oh, no.
but the pimp dominated.
No,
There isn't a
come
pimp on the
It
other
was a
side
good
in this
series.
one, so I'm going to go with the 5th man again. I got Gentlemates
There we go.
in a game 5. They're going to take this one.
Gentlemates game 5. Miles.
I think the Heretics might pull out the magic today. I don't care how loud this crowd is. Once they catch fire, I've seen super throw birds. There are
Right.
20,000 people in here that can take a bird or two. I think the Heretics do it.
He's going Heretics. Rosalie.
Interesting, considering the way they've played on land. Miles? Gentlemates, please. I'm going to go with 4. Gentlemates in 4 for sure.
Gentlemates
I
in
think
4.
we'll do
I, too, am going with the Gentlemates. Ladies and gentlemen, this is game 2. Live from Paris with the CBS.
L'électricité, la passion, une nouvelle fois, vous allez choquer le monde! Oh, and I almost forgot about you guys. Hello to you. Welcome to the capital of France. The electricity, the passion for the biggest major in history. So there's one question left. Paris, are you ready? No. I said, are you ready? So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to bring the teams. And the first team coming out, hailing from the Sunshine State, they are the Spanish Sensations. Ladies and gentlemen, the Miami Heretics. ReeaL, RenKoR, Super. MettalZ! Hometown heroes! Your hometown army! They are the winner of the Major 1. Go Steve! Astria! And show the seeds! Ladies and gentlemen, they are the Paris Gentlemen!
Holy shit. What else do you say besides that? Whoa, man. This crowd is so ready to go. We're going to do our best, I'll tell you what, because this crowd is absolutely sending all of the energy you could possibly want. Shift with study. This is one heck of a way to start off the losers round 2 game, my man. How you feeling?
Brother, the energy in this place right now is making me believe that I can climb the damn Eiffel Tower. It is so loud in there, I can barely get my thoughts straight. There is going to be so much energy in this place, regardless of whatever gunfights are going on throughout the map. Gentlemates come deep. The green suits are the squad for the respawn, so let's do it.
Let's do it, baby. We've got the Paris Gentlemates. We've got the Miami Heretics. It's Gridlock Hardpoint on a Saturday in Paris. Let's get it on, baby. And starting things off, this is what you want to see. Good control from Miami. Try to get yourself one good rotation to start and put yourself into a position to possibly take the edge.
Yeah, they start off on the preferred side, so they're the team initially to get in towards the time. They get at least a good 13 seconds, and so far are winning a majority of these gunfights to continuously push Paris back. This is a perfect start for Miami to just kill the noise in this venue.
Very much so. I mean, it went from literally fighter jet decibels to library very, very quickly. Perfect start for Miami. Paris going to be spawning over towards the P2 side of the map, though. An opportunity for them to try to get a read, try to get a hold, try to get things going, try to get this crowd back in. But again, the patience from Miami, very well appreciated. You get RenKoR around the back with MettalZ. Good pickup from Joe Deceives. Last 1v1 here could potentially determine the outcome of the spawns, and Joe wins a big double.
Yeah, that's just what Joe does. Win ReeaL, and now you're watching the OE. Joe still on a high note, is able to find another multi-kill. First wave already shut down.
And all that opening automatically counteracted just off of one play from Joe Deceives. That's why we get our WWE announcer hitting him last. Follow up from Sib on the pitch, absolutely perfect for 4 in a row, and then a 4-man feed behind that. Paris in the lead, Joe on 5, Sib on 4, potential streaks on the way.
Yeah, but MettalZ does get a blessed spawn. Finds a 1 kill to at least alleviate some of the pressure on the time, but he needs to continue to value his life, and he's still making big time plays. Finds a second one. Now your teammates are here, and they break through the front.
This is what you need for MettalZ. We talk about this so often. When it comes to Miami, no matter what the 4th-man roster happens to be, if MettalZ plays well, this team has a chance to win. And so far through 2 hills, they have done everything they possibly need to, except for shut down Joe Deceives. 8 in a row. Hellstorm already being called in on rotation.
Yeah, he knows that his teammates are going to be late off the roto, so let me just free up some space, give you guys some comms to give you the advantage in these gunfights. In towards the showers, and Paris are ready for these fights.
You get a little bit of a late rotation, though, from Joe because he was in the tablet, so Super finds 1 trade. That opens up the opportunity for Miami to push forward, and they've done well. Joe, the last one left, still on 9 in a row. Eventually shut down, and Miami are going to take the lead back.
Yeah, that's a Hellstorm right there where Joe's probably going to be thinking about it. Probably should have saved it for a better moment, because you get nothing out of it, and now Miami still shut down that first wave. They're now locking this down. ReeaL locates 3 in a row. You're controlling the spawns. You are controlling this hardpoint time. And in the final 20 seconds, Paris have an opportunity here with those close ones at P4 to basically cut their losses and just start thinking about new.
ReeaL almost able to get to a 5th, but still another 4-man feed for Miami. This feels like the team that we talked about yesterday. When they get into a rhythm, they play from leader's advantage better than almost anybody else in the league. And so far, they are absolutely showing that. Largely just off of everyone pulling their 25%. MettalZ shut down at the top of the whole time, so opportunity here for Paris to try to rotate over through old to grandmas, but Miami are going to be here first.
Yeah, Miami are in the time, but Paris have the spawns. RenKoR is winning some gunfights he's not supposed to, but thankfully you pick up a new SMG duo in ReeaL and Joe Deceives. They find 2, they find a break. And now Paris have to be prepared for these long routes, because when Miami have a lead, this is when they start to take their time to execute perfect break opportunities, but they shut it down.
Yeah, square being locked for now. Sib going to be under some pressure, though, to get these back spawns for Miami. ReeaL to put a distraction in from the front. Shots to Joe Deceives, not clean, just backs off, decides to play over the hard point. About a 30-point game. Trophy system getting involved, little 5v4 action for you as Paris are now trying to overwhelm the hard point from all angles at once. Ghosty able to get a huge opener, 4 in a row for him. Doesn't predict the follow-up as RenKoR gets 2. Sib trying to be the last one left, but Miami are still spawning close, and they will get the scrap time. Great first set of hills for the Heretics.
Yeah, that's just how Miami love to play, man. And I love to see RenKoR running that 4th NPC at times, just to be able to match that pacing of the Heretics. You know what you need to do. Outclass this roster, beat them to the punch. And so far in the first set, you dominated a majority of the rotations besides the P2.
Okay, well, back to P1. Numbers advantage here for Paris. Nice shots from Joe, but can't quite finish the player at overpass. And Sib really isn't a place to trade that out, so we'll have to do this in the low ground. Trying to chase RenKoR, trying to also help on the hard point. Once again, Miami, good zone of control. RenKoR just staying safe is everything right now. Paris need to get him out of this position.
You're just not allowing Paris to get these power spots, to have those angles with those ARs, to make it easier for this break opportunity. But ReeaL flies on through top broken, finds his kill. Super able to finish the job onto Joe. But all of this gunfights are not on the time. Miami are soaking it all up.
But they eventually able to get through. Sib actually the one to get there first. RenKoR will also drop. Sib is having himself a nice little moment right now. 11 and 13 for him. Again, very even in the slaying right now between both of these two teams. It's just been the efficiency margin has tilted for Heretics.
And this is what Paris needs to make up for it right here. P2 was your money hill in the first set. You're down by 50. You're still trying to be scattered off this rotation, but it's ReeaL, it's RenKoR hitting those routes. Now they have the numbers to beat in the time early.
They just can't get a spawn together. I mean, you had Sib through mid-map, ReeaL down low, delayed spawn for Joe, delayed spawn for Ghosty, and another moment where Miami, because they've got control of the map, are finding every single one of these individual scattered 1v1s. Great hard point thus far for Miami. 2 kills do come through, give Paris a chance to break through streak.
Yeah, this is the pull-away moment. If Miami are able to soak away this final 35 seconds, you're going to be up by 100 plus some, and we know how they play whenever they have such a lead. Paris need to find this break. Joe and Ghosty combining for 2, but you need to find the rest. Ghosty's doing it only with the pistol. Paris are in.
Okay, that's absolutely massive. You need to lock this last 20 though. Miami are still spawning close, and Sib is just going to gatekeep the rotation to do, maybe even get involved here if he decides to. But with everyone falling, now you just have to play a credit corner, and he will be able to likely get 1 for free. How many more though can you zone away? Because Miami are growing this lead, and it's not looking good as we're starting to rotate over, and we got multiple routes being hit right now for Miami.
Yeah, and that's just because there was so much time remaining on that old time that you can hit those long routes to catch them off guard. An 80, almost 90-point difference. Paris desperately need a good hold here at the P3. Sib watching this angle. But you see how patient that MettalZ is playing it. He's able to find that opening kill. Now everyone from Miami collapsed, and that's another 4 dead. Beautiful break.
I'll tell you, dude, Miami's shooting right now. This is not the same Miami that we saw come out slow yesterday versus Carolina. 190 to 106. ReeaL getting a perfect read onto 3 different Paris members. Oh, ReeaL, ReeaL, ReeaL. Here he comes from behind. First one, not gonna happen. He gets turned on. Oh no! Follow-up from ReeaL is good for 1. Not able to get the second, but Paris are gonna get the break. What an absolute turn and burn.
Might have been the spark that you were looking for if you are the Gentlemates. Now you got the fans roaring and glorying. Final 15 is gonna go their way. But you see the positionings of the Miami Heretics. They are all over the map. It's going to be so hard to locate these guys. They're contesting for the spawns. They also find the opening kill. Jodeci's has to look left and right. Still wins the gunfight. But now it's a one-on-one in the new time.
He's able to get away, try to come back over to the play, but Miami will spawn right on top of the hill. Paris have 2 players from street side, both being contested by RenKoR, who's not the player you want to play up against. 3 in a row for Joe, but he's the last one left. Big 1v1 there. They maybe influence the spawns, but look how quick Miami are trying to find the trade, and they will grab it. Spawns are still good. Miami's still able to reinforce the hard point. We're up to a 100-point game.
Yeah, this is not good if you are a Gentleman. It's not the way you wanted to start your Saturday. Down by 100, Miami Heretics are gaining all the momentum, a team that heavily relies on their slaying, but Paris still trying to keep themselves in the fight. They break through the front. They find 3 kills and sync. Still have to locate where RenKoR is because he's going to hit her out.
They're so patient. RenKoR able to find 1. A couple of tags inside the hard point. Gets himself a second. There's no chance he gets the 3rd. No. Paris will spawn close. They will get the scrap time. But the game is well and truly out of hand right now. And if you're Paris, what do? I mean, you're so far out, and you're going back to another set of hills where it just never really has felt like they've dominated the map the same way that Miami have, and a lot of those becoming the same.
They only need 15 to take map 1.
What a statement of performance so far for Miami. 10 more seconds to surprise, stun, and silence Paris. 2:43 is where it pauses and the contests come through. Kills come out for Paris, but you've got to do so much more. There are just so many more obstacles that you have to hurdle. And I will say, Miami finessing their lives like this is just so different than what we saw from yesterday.
Yeah, but you got to make sure you put the nail in the coffin right here. Don't give Paris an opportunity. Keep on fighting this time all the way to the very end because you are already in control of the spawns for the next HP. The contest is going down. It's super finding 1, but Ghosty's still the last man standing. Allows Paris to soak up this final 10, but they need to go to new.
And I love this out of ReeaL. He can just sit here, make sure no one hits street, and then once you develop the route through mid, he can either come back to the hard point or re-wrap if he wants to. Look what he's doing to the spawns. He's pushing them so far away. MettalZ for 1, RenKoR another. No one's gonna get there. What a map number 1 from Miami, and some very courteous claps of respect given here in Paris.
Down. Even though you're allowing Miami to get this plant planted, Ghosty's holding the push through, and everybody else is working the pinch.
Ghosty has to stay alive here. If you can find some info, that'd be fine. There's a little bit. He's got to go back up towards Barn. This is a really tough re-entry. Joe's able to find first blood, though, over to the train yard. That'll move this post plant around quite considerably. But you still need to find some info here at top Barn. Here comes the post plant re-wrap. Ghosty in some trouble. Semtex to create some space, and he's got a good look over the top of the bar. Joe not able to find a second under ReeaL, but he can't find a second of his own either. Just down to what you can get out of Super. 1v2 situation, and that's
the one player, MettalZ. The only guy Hecklitz in his A-bomb, so hopefully Miami can keep him safe. Watch this middle map because Jodeci's already in bricks.
The fact that Joe's able to get through here without even being scouted is unbelievable, and Super will drop. Ghost able to find him through mid-map. I don't believe Super was sniping this round. Nade over the top, also land backside bricks, so that's going to lead to a 4v2 post plant.
You just leave mid-map open, and Paris find an opening and make the most of it. Now to 4v2, 35 seconds left. You already have gathered the information. Both players from Miami are on their side, and time is getting away from them.
Yeah, and ReeaL will fall mid-map. ReeaL, the likely component of finding RenKoR around the backside of Shack. And RenKoR will...
45 seconds on the game clock. Trying to kill the noises, the Heretics. Force the mind games on the Paris and think the rotation is coming in, but it's Super with the glare. Right in the dead center of the map. Estriel throws a phenomenal shoulder, gathers that information, and now it's 30 seconds. You got to commit A.
Estriel's dancing with the devil, but he has to. Sib was watching over through trains, and they're going to get the read that no one is playing through this B side of the map. So now we're going to retake over through mid. Super's in a little bit of trouble here. He is being chased, but they give up.
They're going to leave him.
And they're going to try to play for the isolation onto RenKoR, who has slipped into a very safe post-plant position. But who's watching the bomb? It's Super. He's also got a backup SMG just in case. Smoke, that's from Paris. Super has to jump in to try to check this. No one on the bomb. Next opportunity, where does it come from? Right in the mix, and the hip fire will connect. Sib finds RenKoR on the other side, though. 1v1, 17 seconds. Sib's got to go. He's got to go quicker than this. Super's backed up, and he's just going to play for info. Does he see him on the cross? That's all you need. Sib trying to find the kill, will not be able to get it.
You're just allowing the play to come to you. Smoke grenades getting invested, tax getting invested, but Paris might have found the opening again through mid-map.
That was ReeaL Smoke. He was in trouble. So I love this idea. Re-wrap this back over to A. The Smoke is not going to be here for the defense. You get first blood onto MettalZ. RenKoR trying to put some pressure up top, and ReeaL will push over and get traded out by Sib. 3v2. You know both defenders over at B have vacated the site, so now we're going to readdress over towards the B point.
We have the numbers. We're just trying to look for one guy. Potentially set up this ISO play, and it's RenKoR putting down some premature shots. Now you're just going to send it. You're trying to locate where he is. He's finessing his life so well and still finds a kill plus an extra. Now it's all up to Sib.
He's got to find the 1v2 with only 20 seconds on the clock, and RenKoR is out of there. Super's been seen and tagged. Follow up onto RenKoR.
Oh my!
What a life from RenKoR.
Sib has a sniper pistol, has to choose the right time to challenge this, but you set up for your teammate. Joe gets the first.
Yeah, that's one of those moments for MettalZ. He's a little bit chasing red dots right there. He thinks, I got a guy low, I got a guy with a sniper pistol, but nobody threatening A gives Joe the opportunity to help. 4v3 early. ReeaL looking to create something out of nothing. Smokes off back junkyard. Now isolating onto the site itself, trying to jump the wall, able to find Estriel, but Ghosty's gotten to two on the other side, and it's just down to ReeaL.
ReeaL technically for 1v4. Bomb is going to be down in towards small. Only 30 seconds left, and the entire Paris roster have you surrounded. He should stand no chance here.
Should. Sib, of course he shells that. Yeah, I'm a bullet. I don't care. Down for Ghosty. Aggressive position for ReeaL, and he's able to find first blood this time. Smoking himself to safety. Nade over the top just to try to delay any potential trade, but Estriel's right there. MettalZ and Super trying to assist, but the smoke is causing a huge deterrence. MettalZ is low, just trying to keep his life. He's being chased, and Sib's able to turn that into a freebie. Follow up. Is there going to be a push out of A here to try to get these last couple of kills? And no, instead Joe's going to decide to play for the plant.
Yeah, you're probably thinking if you're MettalZ, all right, even if I fall, RenKoR's going to get my trade, but Sib with the movement still make this a 2v2. Now going to allow the play to come to them. Bomb planted in towards bricks. Both from Miami working through back alley.
Joe going to be the first point of contact. Sib just trying to stay tucked down to pop up when he needs to. There's Super. Sib should pop here. First hits come through. RenKoR able to find one. Damage onto Joe. He can reset this. 25 seconds. RenKoR is still watching 10. Joe's going to have the advantage on this re-wrap back in, but he knows he needs to check to see if there's going to be any sort of defuse. And he's calling the bluff. He's calling the bluff over the top of the pop site. Paris going to go around the backside, but look at that adjustment this time. RenKoR is watching it, and that slows down the play just a touch. Does Miami try to isolate onto Ghosty? Sure seems like Super wants to try to find him, and they will get that isolation in the backside of B.
That's adjustments coming in from the Heretics. Find yourself an early numbers advantage. Now you know that the map has flipped on its head, but it's Sib in a very off angle, and they're working in towards bricks.
If Joe can get around the side here, it could be great. Sib, shots are there, but not enough for a kill. Joe trying to pinch things up. Does he have an opportunity? Able to use the trigger just 1 for 1. Snapping on over. He saw MettalZ. Here comes the isolation into him, but Joe's able to find a second. Now it's just down to the 1 versus 1. Sib has the bomb heady in his name. How does he read MettalZ? He's thinking MettalZ is going to re-wrap to B. MettalZ is just going to kill the noise.
Yeah, he's playing the game clock. MettalZ is trying to play the mind games. Time is starting to get away from them, but Sib is in a position to check both sides.
He's going to go for the plant, but Sib's right there! What a read from Sib! Let's go. Yeah, we all wanted that.
He's going to keep challenging.
Of course he is. Don't miss, don't lose type energy out of Sib. Super, I don't imagine he has a sniper rifle in this position. And he will get away. But now the clock is going to force the play. And look at Miami. They've got to read it. This is coming through both, I think, mostly from that backside smoke. Joe's going to try to stretch for a defuse because Miami try to contest this. Looks like they're going to give it away.
Miami are banking on this win. Ghosty's able to find the first split as soon as the bomb plant goes down. Sib is watching all across through the middle of the map. Finds the first, finds the second. What a shot! Almost locates the third. third, you might as well go for the chow. But this is all Paris. They tied the series. Take a different approach. How are they going to try to get this capture? You're keeping them trapped over towards showers if you are the Gentlemates. And now with Joe deceives, you know he's going to take gunfights, but that's the wrong time to do it. That is all 4 dead. Miami are going to be the first to score.
And that's another moment for Miami where they're in this position of, what do we do, what do we do? And they just hit the brakes. Let Paris come to them, and they find every single kill that they need to. Miami are off to the first score. And now looking to put some spawn pressure on as Joe's able to at least clear out metals. Estriel finding supers also.
We're still desperately trying to look for our first capture. The fight for mid map keeps on brewing, but it's MettalZ who starts off the engagements. His teammates trying to keep him alive, or at least effective on the trade. And now with 45 seconds, Paris are forced to go through showers.
Yeah, this is not where you want to be right now. ReeaL staying alive over towards the tree. Joe, a little bit of trouble finishing the first kill, will fall, but the trades are coming through. If you find this elimination, maybe there's a chance, but RenKoR just doesn't lose those, man. He just does not lose those today. 11-5, 30 seconds on the clock. Paris is going to try to go back over towards the reset at mid, but Miami have shower control, and they're in a 4v2.
Oh, and their pinch player gets shut down on Sib, and that's going to turn into 3 dead. Last defender is going to be Estriel. You see the spawns here for the Paris Gentlemates all over that A objective, so Estriel has to choose his timing wisely, and unfortunately turns the corner at the wrong time, but it's only 10 seconds. This is the final push.
Pinch on the way. MettalZ able to find another. ReeaL right there for the assist. It's just down to Joe, and he's low on health. Not going to happen. It's going to be a 2-0 half to Miami, and it's just another. Paris still working on showers control, and Ghosty wins his 1v1 over towards the other side of the map. So you've got an opportunity to at least control the outsides right here, and that's going to work out. That's a double card bomb coming through. It's just ReeaL, the only one left alive. His timing on this route, though, is really nice. Shots to Ghosty are decent. The better snap to Joe, though, is what may allow this defense to get back into position in time. Is there a trophy system here? Not going to happen. Ghost is able to slide through, get the score for Paris.
A very quick score there from Paris. They get a 4 dead, and those spawns from Miami don't even give them a chance at getting that stop.
So well. Ghosty eventually able to find the kill. And now the focus goes back over towards mid, but watch MettalZ from behind. He's able to find himself 1 and a second. Again, the timing from this Miami Heretics team just so much looser than what we were used to seeing, and it's working out nicely. Maybe a chance, a score here at A. ReeaL trying to win the foot race, and he's able to get there.
And it's all on MettalZ again. Paris are not keeping track of these guys that are hitting the OE. You have to make sure you're picking up that angle, because that's when Miami are making those big. So you have to slow this one down. EMP, you got to retreat, but you're going to be surrounded by Miami. Now they're controlling the EMP, and they're working it up through showers.
The crosses are just so well covered for Miami. Ghost able to find one, though, to get Paris kicked back off for some shower control. Sib playing on the corner. Nice shots under RenKoR. EMP carrier will drop plus an extra. MettalZ back side of the play. Only able to get one. Now we got to start running, but the defense is going to spawn here at B.
Yeah, Ghosty with an SMG now. He knows that the close spawns are going to come in, so you have to win some gunfights. You're probably not supposed to. Already starts off with the first, but it's RenKoR again. So many clutch kills throughout this series. Give his team a lifeline to just get that goal line stop. Now turning defense into offense. Paris are scattering off the respawn.
Honestly, you don't even need to score. You just need to keep the clock in your name. But Ghosty, Sib kick us off with 2 for Paris. ReeaL able to get 1 as the carrier. Tries to slide through. Hold on a second. Is he
no way?
That is such an insane call. RenKoR back away over towards P2, and now there's just not enough time.
Yeah, you're losing every ounce of time that you have, every opportunity that you're potentially developing, because RenKoR is having one hell of a map. 29-15. 40 seconds left. Paris, you have to score time and time again. You need a clean 4 dead right here, right now, and I don't think they're going to stand a chance at getting it.
Doesn't look like it. MettalZ and the rest of Miami know exactly what they need to do. You do find 3, but the time is just not there anymore. The game is going to go to Miami, and I didn't want to bring it up, Jay, but I know everyone was kind of thinking, when you talk about putting pressure on yourself by pulling out a map you have not played yet because you're trying to finesse in the vetoes, it can be a death sentence. And I'm not saying that Paris are dead right now, but they are down 2-1 in this series to Miami.
Yeah, that's tough, man, because you just got outclassed on a map that you really haven't shown all throughout stage 4. The first time you decided.
Estriel's going to kick us off a little nade, and it's just going to be about, again, can you find a way to push Miami around? So far, the answer, yes. Estriel working on a route, not going to be able to develop it, but the hard point time's still good so far for Paris.
Yeah, this is a lockdown so far. Now there's going to be pressure in through Delhi, and that works out for a quick break here from the Heretics. They're trying to keep up with the pressure, but it's Ghosty with a 3-0 start, trying to make it 4. The pistol is good enough. They are dominating this blue control. Now they can instantly hop back in the hill.
Yes, they sure can. RenKoR, MettalZ trying to help each other out over the top of the hard point. That's an objective kill for Ghosty, working pretty close to an early Hellstorm, 5-0. ReeaL able to find Civ on the cross. Ghosty wants blood, but is going to respect the fact that he's playing the hard point, and that's why. Shot the MettalZ perfect, 6-0 start, and it'll be Paris in the lead as we head to 2.
Telling you, give this guy an early Hellstorm, you're basically already thinking about the map number 5. Because the Genomates are early off the rotation. They are finding every single kill in the feed. And now Ghosty, your job, sit on the hard point. Get as much objective score as you possibly can. Because if you earn this Hellstorm, we guarantee P3 as well.
That's right. They're looking for isolation in the back. They're going to find it. RenKoR weak up top. Ghosty, 7 in a row. Going to have himself the Hellstorm. He just puts himself tucked into a corner. Help on the way. Here come the rest of the pair. Gentlemen, and they're locking things down. Joe's not even going to allow him to get the satellite, and the Hellstorm is locked.
You already probably lost this game if you are the Heretics. Just allowing this guy to have this kind of start. You're chaining the P1 to the P2. The guy is not missing shots. He's almost out of ammo out of the M15. Finally, the trade goes down, but if you are the Genomates, you might as well contest for this final 20. We got the bailout for the next hard point.
Well, looks like they're going to just play for rotation here. Don't love the look of trying to re-break over towards P2, so the Hellstorm will be held. Not try to blow the roof off the place yet. Just play a little bit more calculated. Use it as a true get-out-of-jail-free card. Ghosty back into the play, finding himself one, but Estral shut down top green, forces Ghosty to value his life up top, and he finds another.
He reads the second player as well. What a play there from Ghosty. Super starting off at 0-7. He is single-handedly carrying this team. An 11-1 start. 20 seconds already uncontested, but you know at this point of the game there's not going to be any trophy systems in play. The rock music knows Paris is on point right now, but with 30 seconds left, Miami get a good break.
Yeah, and for Super being 1-7, this is what we're talking about with Miami. You look up to the scoreboard,
oh,
and they're
this
in
Hellstorm.
the game. This
I don't know.
Bold call. You do get 3 off of this, but look where RenKoR's position. He's able to lock down the spawns. MettalZ will fall off of it, but it's not going to make a difference. Miami will still spawn up towards P4.
Yeah, it's not really the best Hellstorm to call in at that moment of that hardpoint time.
Big shots.
You still have an opportunity with the gunny to win this rotation. You're going to turn it into a 2v2. Sib going to be hit with a stun, has info on some MettalZ. You have no idea where RenKoR is, but he is now starting to find his footing. Joe, Thieves, and Sib win the rotation for their squad.
What an absolute start from Ghosty. Sib now starting to catch a little bit of heat. He's on 4 in a row. It's going to be quickly up to 100 points for Paris. They could shut down this first wave, and it looks like they've largely already done that. ReeaL's going to value his life, or at least attempt to on the outside of fences. Super able to finally get himself going just a touch with a double, and that's now just down to Sib. You get to 104, but Miami will get the break with 30 left.
Yeah, that's a big break there for the Heretics. You could soak up this final 30, and basically whatever Hellstorm that they just invested at the P3, disregard it. We're still into the mix. If you are the Genomates, potentially start to cut your losses because players like Super are already getting through. He's going to put down some shots, not able to finish the kill. And now Paris with all of mid-map. You might as well send it. We have the roto in the back pocket.
Sure do. You sure do. You're zoning off for exits right now. Ghosty still playing absolutely lights out. Excuse me, the hiccup. 16-5. Now the tally for Ghosty. Rotation to 5 on the hard point, already sought and locked in.
Yeah, there's so much space here for the Genomates. You're guaranteeing those back spawns. You have 2 SMGs, push them in towards Delhi, but it's Super with a double. RenKoR also finds a kill onto Sib onto the time. So now there's overwhelmingly an amount of pressure here from the Heretics. That's going to be 3 dead, and spawns are starting to scatter for Paris.
Yeah, and Estriel's just being completely trapped right now, but there is help developing over through the middle of the map. And Estriel almost able to find himself a 1v1, but now the spawns will move. 30 seconds, and all of a sudden, Miami are right back in this game. It's just, they don't know how to die, I'm telling you. They don't know how to go away.
Yeah, regardless of what Ghosty was able to do to start off this game, the early Hellstorms and a lot of rotations going their way. Miami only find themselves down by 12. 15 seconds here. If you soak this up, you could potentially take the lead, but Paris do the little things correctly. You're going to force them to consistently spawn on the backside of green. You're going to have blue control again for this P1.
And it's just Ghosty right now, pop and take. 18 and 8 minute in the hard point. Estriel staying alive just barely inside of P1. Opportunity for Sib to try to win over towards this right side of the map as well, which could be big in terms of just locking Miami away and pushing them further towards field side. And that's a lot of good time early here for Paris.
Yeah, but they take white wall away. So now if you want to Genomate, you are going to be scattered. ReeaL and RenKoR combined for 3, but you still have one player in Thieves with an opportunity to make a big time play. He's the only one that spawns over towards blue. He's the guy that gets them off of the time, and now he's just forcing the Heretics to consistently look for him, and it allows his team now to get on the hill.
Back to a 30-point gap. Miami still spawning towards field. 24 seconds left on this hard point to fight for, and as Joe tries to make his way back into the hard point, excuse me, he will fall. Paris still fighting, still shooting, still dominating, looking really solid over the course of this top P1, and that's going to lead to maybe an advantage against the 2.
Yeah, this is how they started the game, man. It was the P1 to P2 chain where Ghosty picks up that early Hellstorm. You're already doing step 1 correctly. Dominating mid-map, now trying to control it through blue at the motel. Ghosty with the first super effective on the trade, but it's this pitch here from Estriel that's gonna force Miami to be scattered. And now they're spawning so far at green, Estriel just needs to try to keep on playing the cutoffs, but he opens up the gap. Paris are in.
Yeah, but as Paris are in, trophy systems are not down. Joe in some trouble will fall. Miami able to find a break from the front. 42 seconds left on the hard point. Blue spawns still here for Paris, setting up their next approach. Estriel, wow, quick off of the reset, able to at least get a little bit of damage down, and then Ghosty once more follows up as RenKoR will drop. Now on the pinch, Joe Deceives trying to lock down the Miami Heretics from rotating it, but the hard point is neutral.
There's 25 seconds remaining here at the P2. MettalZ with the AR in hand is able to find a double. Now you're gonna put it into the hands of RenKoR and also ReeaL, potentially for this final 15. You find effective trade, but it's Sib on 5 in a row. Still gonna commit at all, then he gets shut down. So now you're technically gonna be laid off the rotation, and Miami have trophy systems to lock down this P3.
This is where you'd want to have a Hellstorm.
Exactly.
Okay, here's that cause. I'm so sorry. Paris spawning over towards P4. Sib working on a route around the back over here. Could potentially lead to something to clear out green.
It needs to work, man, because you're taking such a long route that this first attempt needs to pay off. Joe Deceives with the opening frag, but it's RenKoR, and now it's ReeaL on the pinch. They take control of the spawns, and now Paris are in hell. You are going to be trapped over towards green. Streaks are starting to develop here for the Heretics, and we have to start thinking about new.
ReeaL shut down, though. He was on 5. RenKoR walking across through P5, able to at least get some good team shots in. And again, it just keeps Paris so far away. Spawns are still in for the side of Miami over to 2, and MettalZ gets to 6, and he's fully streaked up.
This is a scary moment here for the Gentlemates, man. Miami are going to be able to take the lead. Now they also have the rotation to go with it unless Sib has anything to say about it. He's the only one from Paris across the map, but Super is able to locate him very quickly. Miami were scattered all throughout this map, but now they are
that leader's advantage again for Miami. The watch party trying to spur up this Paris team. Here comes their break attempt. 40 seconds left. Hardpoint currently open. Pinstripe kill feed. MettalZ, 7 in a row. It's just stuck to a pistol. He doesn't have a full weapon to use right now, but he might not need it. The spawn is open. You're able to find at least one, and you're back to the hardpoint here if you're Miami. Still 30 seconds to fight. They're able to get a couple of kills here are Paris. ReeaL, last one left for Miami as another spawner comes in for RenKoR, and we're going to get a 2v3 on top of the gold time, and ReeaL, another massive win. Paris are pushed back.
And Miami, just with those close spawns, consistently winning the gunfights on the backside of blue, allow them the numbers advantage every single time those engagements go down. Paris haven't scored a point in quite some time. Miami are starting to run away with this game, and they are more than happy to soak up this final 10, because this is a moment where you invest that Hellstorm.
And they're trying to get some space back over through mid-map. That's real for 1. ReeaL, huge double opportunity to try to influence the spawns here. Spawns, though, for Miami are out towards field. One more in the back. ReeaL able to find themselves another opportunity to try to put some pressure onto the spawn, but Paris is holding and finding the kills they need.
Yeah, so far they're locking this down. They are pushing Miami back. Joe Deceives holding down this top green position, and this is where MettalZ realistically needs to invest that Hellstorm before it's too late. Now with 35 seconds left, all of your teammates have died on the backside of green, so I don't know if this is going to connect onto anyone. No. Paris, this is exactly what you want.
Okay, failed Hellstorm for failed Hellstorm. Much to the chagrin of the crowd here in Paris, it sits able to shut down ReeaL. 20 seconds could potentially see us at a lead swap here late on P5 as well. But Miami are not giving it up. They find the first 2 kills. They can now push forward. Nice shot from Sib, but MettalZ sneaks up, finds one. Estriel, last one left alive, not quite able to hold. Miami hold the lead.
Yeah, Miami wants to pressure this because they want to have their first opportunity to start a clutch one-on-one gunfight. Doesn't lead to anything because Paris still get the break.
Huge break for Paris. Still holding on to the map nicely as well. Blue spawn still in for Miami. Joe chasing things at white wall. Would love to have this first blood here. One's out of ammunition. That's going to turn into 2 kills. Make it 3 for Miami. They've rebroken the hill, and now they've got really good space around red with 30 seconds
Yeah,
on
they
the
have
hardpoint.
everything locked down. Paris are now forced to hit this OE. You're going to forfeit about 10 to 15 seconds trying to develop on this play, but Super is not going to get caught off guard. He locates a double. His counter AR duo finds the third, and Paris right now are on the back foot, on the brink of elimination.
But Sib's double turns into a third from ReeaL. ReeaL's the last one left. He gets up on the hard point. It's just down to these couple of stray members from the Heretics over towards New. They find one of the two. Super trying to play his life. Miami trying to re-wrap back over through P5, but Estrel's with a fine one. They have not seen Super yet, though. Can this timing work out with ReeaL? Sure seems to have. Even though Joe's able to find one, Miami have the numbers.
Miami have the numbers, but it's Joe still here. ARs are hitting, frags are hitting. They find themselves in the early numbers advantage, and that's now going to lead to it all 4 dead. Get your trophy system down. You have the win opportunity right in front of you.
Pinch on the way from Estrel. Does he find the first?
Big
Yes, he does. That will slow down Miami, reinforcing this hit from the front. Estrel for a second. Massive. ReeaL at the final one up top, but that's not good enough to influence the hard point. Estrel's on the 3 in a row. 230 to 227. Well, we can still win here.
I've been waiting to see a closing moment here from Estrel. You only need 13 seconds to force this game. Number 5, MettalZ is hitting such a long route. You need to find this time. 5 seconds till Paris force it.
MettalZ will drop, Super will drop, and we are going to 5 in a thriller map 4.
Gotta figure it out right here, right now, ladies and gentlemen. Into the map number 5 we go. Paris are gonna be the team on offense, and all we're thinking about is instant chows. First blood goes to Sid, but look at the route from Estrel.
He's able to find RenKoR in the exit. Keeps his life, smokes himself towards safety. ReeaL on the corner, not any help around here. And this is just next level finesse from Estrel, able to keep his life, get back up towards office, and the bomb is being planted today at the same time.
He's like a thief in the night, man. You can't find him, and now you gotta completely disregard him. In the 2v4, all the way in the opposite side of the map, Paris have everything on lock. They're just trying to throw a shoulder, trying to earn some contact, some info before everyone turns.
You have to play this from window side. You have to 3-2-1 this and hope you can find 2 straight gunfights. Problem is, you don't find good scenes for the first. Trade is there for MettalZ, but for the 1v4, not looking likely with only 18 seconds left on the clock. Nowhere to go. Perfect start for Paris.
That's exactly how you want to come on.
Going to respect the fact there could be more Paris players here, and the bomb will be planted behind us.
Gentlemate's already cleared out all of this B point, and now trying to work for a sequence control. But Jodeci's able to spot out Super. Super going to be ready for the gunfight. Is able to at least get one before falling. And now in a 3v3, Paris got to go.
Yes, they sure do. Estrel, nice shots on RenKoR. You have to chase this down, but RenKoR's going to have so much space to work with. Isolation does come through, though. Now get it back over towards the site itself. Damage out, Sib on the corner. Sib for no, not going to get 2, but the follow-up from Ghosty's there. Sib will be stunned, and he's going to respect that he's got to give away the space. Beautiful adjustments, though, because once that stun connects, you already know that the aggression is going to be here. So he's able to get that first blood, and all the info he was able to gather is now going to allow his teammates to instantly get this bomb down at B. RenKoR is going to be the player for Miami Heretics watching the push through, but there's no need to do everything. We got rock control. I think Estrel may have just seen a shoulder of Super. He's trying to chase him down. If he finds this kill, it would give this post plant so much security. But for the time being, there is a double stack happening over towards middle wall. Joe's able to find the first blood on that play, though. The smoke is embellishing that doorway. Estrel on the flank, able to find himself onto 3 in a row. RenKoR stuck, nowhere to go. Able to get some damage down for the verse, but there's just nothing left. This is so bold, but if it works out, it could work out beautifully. Otherwise, it could be an absolute disaster. MettalZ can't get away. It's a disaster. ReeaL will find Sib on the other side. That does put some pressure down, and of course, Paris do not necessarily know the bomb is down yet, but they should know that this is leaning A. Yeah, and there's 35 seconds left. Miami are not in a position to even retrieve it yet. So Super's got to jump on up and hope that there's no one in the vicinity watching this bomb. And now with 25 seconds, you have to commit it A, and all of Paris are here. You have to stay up if you're RenKoR. You need ReeaL to get into the play. He's got to go. He's going to drop up over to office. He sees Estrel on the drop-through connector. You need to find spots him. Ghosty. Ghosty finds the trade down to ReeaL's flank. And Super gets caught down low. It's just up to RenKoR on this post plant. 1 versus 2. And guarding it is Jodeci. RenKoR's got nowhere to go. He has to try to get back to the bomb. There's no space. And Paris are going to get cold feet. They're going to leave Estrel a little bit further forward. And his timing on this win is unbelievable. Does he get a second? Not quite. Big trade right there. Miami can still rotate over to A to help this defense. That's a great shoulder there from Sib to gather the info.
He doesn't really have the gun for the occasion. 35 seconds left. Now the mind game's starting to play a part. But they spot out MettalZ. Advantage again for Paris.
And now they can rewrap this back over towards B. RenKoR had to give up Boathouse and try to help out on the rotation back over. Shots to Joe, not there. Hello, how are you, says Sid. Trade from Super. This will be a 1v3 for him. Able to find the first set of shots, but the bomb is planted 1v2. And looks like he's going to want to try to go quickly here, Jay.
Don't have any tax. Ghosty and Joe DeCease are going to sit calmly at Rock. They're hitting the rotation.
They're going to get off his control on this post plant, but they will be able to the bomb from this position, maybe not. Here comes the check. First shots are in. Super able to respond with shots of his own over the top. Not going to happen. 5-0 Paris.
Flawless in this.
Miami trying to find the angles to put them out of commission, but Paris will get away.
Yeah, but Joe doesn't. Joe still has a Hellstone to work with just in case the game continues to prolong itself. But you have Tib on one side guaranteeing that A-bomb. Both the SMGs on the opposite. 55 seconds left to go. Sib is going to gather this info.
He just needs to find the jump over. First shots are there on the Super. Not quite able to find the shots. Joe on the backside, they're able to finally get that confirmation. And now, do we call it? No. Thinking about maybe. Joe's over the top, just looking for info first, though. 40 seconds on the clock, and Miami are committed A.
And that show's going to work his way through bottom connector. You're keeping Miami on this side of the map. They know that time is starting to get away from them, but there's no need to force gunfights that are going to be unnecessary. So Estriel Souls face bottom, and now he's top.
I mean, 25 seconds left. Joe could potentially just call this with the round outright, but instead he's going to watch RenKoR watch this rotation. Just down to the 1v1 for Estriel. Is it perfect? Is it flawless? Is it laid back that huge? Yes, it is. A 6-0 start. Miami out and dead.
Flawless victory from the Paris Gentlemates when they desperately needed it. Miami Heretics, who have been infamously known as one of the best S&D teams in the game, have not found that form with this new lineup. Historically, it was 7-1 in the mode versus Paris. But now you're going to be leaving Paris knowing that it's 7-3. The mode that we used to rely on so much isn't our backbone anymore. And the Gentlemates, off of the crowd, off of the momentum, continue on here at the home tournament.
And it's just our interview ready on the main stage with the Paris Gentlemates.
Are ready. They open the day with a bang here. Gentlemates with the victory over Heretics. Faites du bruit pour Ghosty, s'il vous plaît. It's pretty nice, huh?
It's unreal. It's absurd. Y'all are the fucking best, bro. Y'all are the absolute best. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I gotta ask. After these 5 games, I saw you backstage. Right before you stepped on stage again, you looked locked in and ready. How was it for you knowing that you had to clutch it, knowing that you had to bring it home, especially on Search and Destroy, knowing that it's a mode that you've been struggling on? Not today, though.
Yeah, definitely not today. They've looked a lot better than usual. But we just want to play in front of y'all. We just want to play for y'all longer. So that's what we got in the back of our mind, making sure we stay on the stage longer for y'all. Yes, sir. Y'all are the fucking best, man.
Vous faites vraiment la diff, et même si c'était un mode sur lequel ils ont du match généralement, c'est votre énergie. Est-ce que vous leur avez apporté en tant que public et en tant que fan aujourd'hui qui a fait la différence et qui les a performés aussi bien? J'ai envie de lui demander ce que ça fait d'être réuni avec un de ses anciens teammates, Joe, puisque lui et Ghosty jouaient ensemble, ont fait des super restas à l'Esports World Cup il y a 2 ans. You reunited with Joe. You guys had amazing results together a couple of years ago at the Esports World Cup. How is it being reunited with him, and how do you feel like you found that synergy again?
It's just a lot of work, a lot of practice, and it's real nice to be back with Joe. He brings a very bubbly, very energetic vibe into the room, and it's definitely something that I needed for the year.
Il avait besoin de cette énergie que Joe apporte à la line-up, et il trouve que c'est quelque chose qui leur manquait précédemment. You know what? You're gonna say that again. Vous l'avez pas entendu, mais il parlait français juste là, donc j'ai envie qu'il vous donne un petit mot. Si, yeah, you're gonna do it. Is there anything that you want to tell to this amazing crowd cheering for you today? Look at them, man.
No, it's so loud. Keep that shit up. We can hear y'all through the mics. Y'all are the best crowd in the world, best fan base in the world. I promise y'all. And merci, mon amis.
Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. Thank you, guys. The journey in the loser bracket doesn't end here for Gentlemates. We'll see them later.